So, I thought this would be easier than sending you a bunch of papers. Because and maybe you guys already have a good understanding of this. My understanding was completely off once I looked into it more. Just gonna show you real quick. This is relevant to why it's absurd to if she's having you do the face down 5 days, 5 to 7 days. It's absurd, and it's not. Anyway, I'll send you the more information about it. But so let's see. So the way that I understood it from a few things that I had read before when we talked before was that with the gas, you got liquid in the eye. They insert a gas bubble, and the idea is that you want the gas bubble to be pushing on the repair, on the retina that's come loose, because that's the wording they use, gas bubble. It's so misleading though. They remove almost all of the liquid, the whatever it's called, and they pretty much replace all of it with either the silicone oil or the gas. So the way that this ends up looking, and yeah, I did the experiment. I mean, I made my own experiment. So the way it ends up looking is you have with the oil. So you have a tiny bit of liquid that's like water, right? Water. Well, we'll do a little bit of food dye. Yeah, and then this castor oil. I researched what's the best oil that's closest that has the closest properties to the silicone oil that's used, and castor oil was the answer. So if this whole container is the eye, it ends up being like this, basically. Let's close it. Anyway, so it ends up being like this. That's the water. This is literally water right there. So it's like super clear how different it is with oil than with water. With water, with gas. With the gas, now, and that's also not what I thought it was. It's actually mostly gas, and it's not about the bubble. Doesn't matter here. But this is why it is completely different. So if you imagine, if the retina is around the eye, so this is what I did for the air. This is the eye, right? This is the retina. It's it covers basically the whole inner lining of the eye. When your retina detaches, it detaches like that. So what they do with the air is kind of like getting a balloon. And this is the gas. It pushes it back into place. They fill it almost completely with gas, and then with other liquid that's basically like saline. But the reason why positioning is important is that from day one, it starts. You start absorbing the gas, and also it contracts and expands. So the gas is let loose, and that's why. So it's going to be filled with something else. But what's important is that it could be a situation if your eye is not going the correct direction, where the gas is up here, right, and it's not pushing where it needs to push. So you put your eye in your head in the correct position, so that the entire gas that is there, all of it can push against the entire wall. It's like wallpaper. it's like holding the wallpaper stuck to the wall. If the gas falls out, the retina falls again. So like compare that to this, it's night and day. Anyway, so I should have said at the beginning, like if you have a really good understanding of all this, then don't watch this. But so what I compiled is actually the data. So you guys have questions in case she happens to say that. It's so fucking clear. I found one paper that supports doing the face down position when oil is involved, and it's a very, very, very problematic paper that nobody has cited. Zero other papers have cited. It actually literally says that 42% of those who did face down position, but for only 6 days, 42% of them had failed. The surgery failed. Now, this is a surgery that has a 75 to 90% success rate, so that it doesn't make any sense. They didn't do. Well, I can put that in the paper. Compare that one paper to I think I have 294 sources that say the exact opposite, and they're very fucking clear. I mean, they're very clear. In fact, there are one study actually tested having half of the people lying face up, which is the worst possible position, because if face up is like this and the repair is down here, so you're actually getting the water at the bottom because it will eventually spread out. It's very slow. And so the oil isn't touching it at all. And they saw no significant change in success rates. They literally did the survey to prove that positioning doesn't matter with oil-based. So, I created a document. I'll send it to you. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I don't know. I know that I come across anyway. I don't know. I'm sending this. Maybe I'll put it on YouTube so you can see it easier. I hope that we were just wrong and that this isn't something that she's going to ask of you. But if she does, it's wrong. It's very, very, very wrong and not necessary. So I don't know how you want to handle that, but I sent some answers to questions. Like if she happens to be basing it off of that one study, there are some good questions to ask. Anyway, good luck.